Hey guys, this is Adam Gaming here. So today I'm doing a part 2 on this. And yeah, probably after I finish on this book, I'll probably open the vote again for the other stories. And yeah, let's get into this. When Oswald and his 5th grade classmates were preschoolers, there was a cartoon on one of the little kids channels about a big pink ocelot named Oswald. As a result, Dylan and his friends had started calling him Oswald the Ocelot on the first day of kindergarten and has never stopped. Dylan was the kind of kid who picked on anything that made you different. If it hadn't been Oswald's name, it would have been his freckles or his cowlick. The name calling had gotten much worse this year. In U.S. history, the in U.S. history, when they learned that the man who shot John F. Kennedy was named Lee Harvey Oswald. Oswald would rather be an ocelot than an assassin. Since it was the last day of school, there was there was no attempt at doing any kind of real work. Miss Mitcham had announced the day before the students were allowed to bring their electronics along as they took responsibility for anything getting lost or broken. This announcement meant that no effort would be made toward any educational activities of any kind. Oswald didn't have any mo- from modern electronics. True, there was one laptop at home, but the whole family shared it, and he wasn't allowed to bring wasn't he wasn't allowed to bring it to school. He had a phone, but it was the saddest, most out of date model imaginable. But it was the saddest, most of our imaginable, and he didn't want to take it out of his pocket because he knew any kid who saw it would make fun of how pathetic it was. So while other kids played games on their tablets handled or handheld consoles, Oswald sat after just sitting became interminable. He took out a notebook and pencil and started to draw. He wasn't the best artist in the world, but he could draw well enough that his images were identifiable, and there was a certain cartoony quality about his drawings that he liked. The best thing about drawing, though, was that he could get lost in it. It was like he fell into the paper and became part of the scene. He was creating it was a welcome escape. He didn't know why, but lately he had been drawing mechanical animals, bears, bunnies, and birds. He imagined them being human sized and moving. With the jerkiness of robots in an old scene science fiction movie. They were furry on the outside, but the fur covered a hard metal skeleton filled with gears and circuits. Sometimes he drew the animals, exposed metal skeletons, or sketched them with the fur peeled back to show some of the me- metal- mechanical workings underneath. It was creepy. It was a creepy effect, like seeing a person's skull peeking out from beneath the skin. Oswald was so immersed in his drawings he was that he was startled when Miss McKeon turned off the lights to show a movie. Movies always seems like a teacher's final act of description on the day before break. A way to keep the kids quiet and relatively still for an hour and a half before setting them loose for the summer. We'll do like mm, yeah, we still have time. The movie Miss McKeon chose was in Oswald's opinion baby it, too babyish for a room full of fifth graders. True. It was about a farm with talking animals, and he had watched it before, but he watched it again because really, what else did he have to do? At recess, kids stood around tossing a ball back and forth and talking about what they were going to do for the summer. I'm going to football camp. I'm going to baseball camp. I'm going to hang out with my neighborhood pool. I'm going to stay at my grandparents in Florida. Oswald sat on a bench and listened for for him there would be no camps and no pool memberships and no trips because there was no money, and so he'd draw pictures, play his old video games that he'd already beaten a thousand a thousand times, and maybe go to the library if were still here. It would be different, even if they were just going the same old stuff. They'd be doing it together. Real friendship be like. And Ben could always make Oswald laugh riffing on video game characters or doing a perfect impression of one of their teachers. He and Ben had fun, no matter no matter what they did. But now summer routes Ben yawns before him wide and empty. I'm going to leave that sound there. I was going to do a longer, but is yeah, I need to end this. Okay, hope you guys enjoyed it, and yeah, part 3 is coming soon. I'm going to try and do these rapidly, and yeah, bye guys.